In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 college football games happening on November 8th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Texas Tech versus BYU. Saturday offers a crowded college football lineup, but few matchups carry the weight of this one. The BYU Cougars and the Texas Tech Red Raiders, both top 10 programs, meet in what promises to be a defining early season clash. Kickoff is set for 11 a.m. local time, with college game day on campus adding even more charge to an already electric setting. BYU enters the contest unbeaten and ahead of preseason projections, while Texas Tech, a team with clear championship potential, already bears one loss. That loss came at Arizona State, a game played without their starting quarterback, while the Sun Devils were at full strength. Context matters in this sport, and that one game says less about Tech's quality than the scoreboard might suggest. Starting with BYU, this is a team built around physicality and grit. They thrive in the trenches and often overpower opponents at the line of scrimmage. Their quarterback, a freshman wearing number 47, brings both energy and unpredictability. He can run and throw effectively but remains prone to errors when pressured. BYU's record reflects success, but the path to it has been narrow. They survived close games against Colorado and Arizona on the road and edged past rival Utah at home, each decided by a single possession. Their unbeaten mark feels fragile, the kind that can vanish quickly against stronger opposition. Texas Tech presents a different kind of test. This is not a team that gets pushed around up front. Their defense thrives on physical play and has already limited several high-powered offenses this season. When Tech lost earlier in the year, they were missing quarterback Baron Morton, and with him back under center, the offense has looked whole again. They can score in bunches, but their weakness lies in red zone execution. Too many drives end in field goals, and that pattern has cost them separation in key games. Even with that limitation, the Red Raiders remain one of the most complete teams in the nation. They return home this weekend, facing a must-win environment before a national audience, and the motivation level will be through the roof. As our first pick for this matchup, the Texas Tech Red Raiders to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Although Texas Tech's offense commands attention, BYU's defense deserves recognition. The Cougars rank among the nation's top 30 units in total yards allowed. They have yet to face an offense as fast or deep as Tech's, but their defensive front can apply pressure and disrupt both the passing and running game. They are disciplined enough to stay in the fight. On the other side of the ball, the matchup leans toward the Red Raider defense. This group has held 4 conference opponents to 17 points or fewer and knows how to control tempo. BYU's young quarterback, Bear Bachmeier, has shown flashes of brilliance, but Tech's ability to disguise coverages and bring heat could force him into mistakes. Last week, Kansas State's Avery Johnson gave Tech trouble with his legs, rushing for 88 yards and 2 scores, which raises a small concern. Still, this defense ranks inside the national top 10 and will enjoy the advantage of a loud, home crowd behind them. That combination often breaks a visiting team's rhythm early. Given both teams' strengths in the trenches, this game may lean toward a defensive battle rather than the typical Big 12 shootout fans expect. The edges favor the home team, but the tone of the game could be defined by physical play, field position, and red zone discipline more than fireworks. The likely result is a contest where every possession matters and points come at a premium. I see this one settling closer to a 28-17 type of outcome. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Georgia versus Mississippi State. This matchup hinges almost entirely on how the market views both teams. Mississippi State has been the best team in the nation against the spread, sitting at 8-1-0 against the spread. Last week in Fayetteville, they looked finished. Arkansas, 3-6-0 on the season and favored by 4.5 points, led by 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Yet, out of nowhere, Mississippi State rallied. They not only covered but won outright, pulling off one of the more improbable finishes of the season. That comeback now colors how bettors see them, painting the Bulldogs as a team of destiny. The line still offers a touchdown in the hook, which makes them look tempting. That is exactly what makes this spot dangerous. Turning to Georgia, last week's win over Florida left many calling it a bad beat, after quarterback Gunnar Stockton took a knee inside the 1-yard line instead of punching in what would have been a covering score. Regardless of how you frame it, the optics did Georgia no favors with spread bettors. Laying points on the road against a team that has been printing against the spread wins all season feels uncomfortable. Still, this setup could be the right moment to back the Bulldogs. The common narrative of a look-ahead situation with Texas visiting Athens next week doesn't hold water here. Kirby Smart's teams are disciplined, and they prepare for the opponent in front of them. Mississippi State sits one win away from securing bowl eligibility for the first time in years, but they now face a team built to expose their limits. Mississippi State's success this season has come from catching opponents off guard, but when facing physical, structured defenses, their weaknesses have shown. Georgia's defense has not been as imposing as past versions, yet it remains one of the more complete units in the country. Combined with an offense capable of sustaining long drives, they present a challenge Mississippi State has struggled to overcome. The Bulldogs from Starkville have made a habit of thriving in chaos, but this game may demand a level of consistency they have not shown. As our first pick for this matchup, the Georgia Bulldogs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Georgia's best path lies in controlling the ground game. Expect them to lean on the run, especially in the second half, where Mississippi State's defense tends to wear down. MSU ranks among the weakest nationally against the run, and Georgia has 2 reliable backs in Bowens and Frazier who can exploit that gap. The visitors also sit within the top 25 in third down conversion rate, a strength that helps them dominate time of possession. Georgia averages 33 minutes of control per game, 9th nationally, while Mississippi State averages just under 27, ranking near the bottom of the country. That differential often tells the story of games like this one. Defensively, Georgia should enter with purpose. This is not the same group that terrorized offenses a few years ago, but the current defense remains efficient and disciplined. They rank 12th in opponent red zone scoring percentage and 10th in limiting plays of 10 or more yards. They are also inside the top 20 in preventing explosive plays of 20, 30, and 40 yards. Havoc plays have been scarce, but that could change here. Mississippi State's offensive line has struggled to protect its quarterback, giving Georgia's front opportunities to disrupt timing and force mistakes. Sustained defensive pressure could define the rhythm of this game and keep scoring in check throughout. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Penn State versus Indiana. It would be easier to make a case for Penn State as a live underdog if their season had gone differently, but their record reflects a team still searching for rhythm and direction. Too much has gone wrong for them to inspire confidence at this stage. The offense has sputtered against quality competition, and the defense has not been consistent enough to carry the load. Momentum has slipped away week by week, and it feels like the path forward could get rougher before any real progress is made. Indiana, on the other hand, has played sharp, steady football all season. Curt Cignetti's team shows discipline and focus, traits that translate well on the road. He coaches with an edge, and his players reflect it. They do not take possessions off or coast once they have a lead. This program has built its success on execution rather than flash, and that steadiness separates them from an opponent like Penn State, which has struggled to find balance. For the Nittany Lions, this matchup at home may feel like a last stand of sorts. Facing the number 2 team in the country inside Beaver Stadium is enough to motivate any roster, but energy alone does not fix the gaps that have emerged. Penn State has not been able to establish the kind of consistency needed to pull off a result of this scale. Indiana arrives with confidence and structure, while Penn State continues to search for both. As our first pick for this matchup, the Indiana Hoosiers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Indiana's offense has been both explosive and efficient, producing over 46 points per game with impressive balance. Injuries have not slowed them down, as the system allows multiple contributors to step in and maintain pace. They spread the field well and sustain drives through tempo and execution. On the other side, Penn State still has skilled talent capable of producing at home. Running backs Katrin Allen and Nicholas Singleton can remain dangerous with the ball, and when they find space, they can break open possessions that keep the Lions within striking distance. Given how Indiana operates offensively, this game could take on a high-scoring rhythm. The Hoosiers' ability to move the ball both through the air and on the ground will test Penn State's endurance. At the same time, the Lions have enough offensive presence to answer, even if only in bursts. That combination creates the right environment for an active scoreboard throughout. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Ohio State versus Purdue. The Ohio State Buckeyes travel to West Lafayette this week to face the struggling Purdue Boilermakers in what looks like another test of focus for the top-ranked team in the country. Ohio State comes in riding momentum after dominating Penn State last week, continuing a run of offensive consistency that has seen them score 34 or more points in each of their past 4 games. Through 8 contests, the Buckeyes stand at 7-0-1 against the spread, a mark that reflects both strong execution and coaching discipline. Defensively, they gave up 14 points in the opening half against the Nittany Lions, yet their season totals remain impressive, allowing only 55 points overall, or an average of 6.9 per game. When these programs met last November in Columbus, Ohio State won 45-0 and easily covered a 37-point spread. That result extended their against the spread streak in the series to 3 straight, each cover coming as a favorite of 17 points or more. The Buckeyes have scored at least 41 points in 4 of their past 5 meetings with Penn State, and in each of those 5 matchups, the winning side reached the 41-point mark or higher. Consistency and dominance have become the expectation rather than the exception. Purdue, meanwhile, continues to search for identity. The Boilermakers hold a 2-7-0 record and are 3-5-0-1 against the spread. Their effort last week at Michigan was commendable, staying within a 21-16 margin despite entering as a 21-point underdog. Yet effort has not translated into production. Scoring has been an ongoing struggle, and the offensive rhythm remains uneven. While the defense has shown resilience in recent weeks, it came against teams like Michigan, Rutgers, Northwestern, and Minnesota, none of which possess elite offenses. Earlier in the year, Purdue faced a tougher slate that exposed their vulnerabilities. Against USC, Notre Dame, and Illinois, they surrendered a combined 132 points, an average of 44 per game, including 99 total to the Illinian Irish. That stretch showed how quickly games can get away from them against top-tier talent. With quarterback Julian Sayin and receiver Jeremiah Smith leading a sharp Ohio State attack, the Boilermakers will face a major test in both pace and physicality. As our first pick for this matchup to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Their last meeting finished with 45 total points, staying under the posted total of 56. All of those points came from Ohio State, an example of how lopsided the matchup can become when Purdue's offense stalls. A similar pattern could unfold again. Ohio State's offense remains potent, but within conference play they are averaging 34.4 points per game, slightly lower than their non-conference output. Purdue's defense may bend, yet playing at home helps limit extreme outcomes, and it is difficult to imagine them conceding close to 50 points. The other side of the equation is more clear. Ohio State's defense continues to operate at a high level, with few weaknesses across its front 7 and secondary. Purdue has struggled to generate explosive plays or protect its quarterback long enough to sustain drives. Those factors make it likely that the Buckeye defense dictates tempo, field position, and scoring flow. Historical data also points in the same direction, as the under has hit in 4 of the last 6 meetings between these teams. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Texas A&M versus Missouri. The Texas A&M Aggies head to Columbia on Saturday to face the Missouri Tigers at Memorial Stadium in what should be a hard-fought conference matchup. Texas A&M enters this contest as the clear favorite after a strong stretch of play that has shown balance and depth on both sides of the ball. The Aggies have met expectations to this point, combining a sturdy defense with an efficient offense capable of controlling tempo. Still, the travel demands are worth noting. This marks their 3rd consecutive road game, and that kind of schedule often wears on even the most disciplined teams. Missouri presents a very different kind of challenge. The Tigers have been at their best on their home turf, where they play with energy and defensive impressive precision. Their defense ranks among the strongest in the nation, built on sound tackling and a front that disrupts both the run and pass. Missouri's lone blemish at home this year came in a narrow 3-point loss to Alabama, a performance that proved how competitive they can be against elite talent. Some momentum has faded over the past few weeks, but this remains a balanced and well-coached team. When Missouri stays within its structure, it can compete with anyone in the country. Given the setup, the home side finds itself in a position to make things uncomfortable for a favored visitor. As our first pick for this matchup, the Missouri Tigers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full-game side pick. On paper, this matchup looks tightly contested. Both programs feature top-level talent and strong units on both offense and defense, creating the potential for a back-and-forth contest. Their last meeting in 2024 produced 51 total points, and the ingredients for another high-output game remain. Texas A&M's offense has been consistent, and their ability to create scoring opportunities has led to results that trend toward higher totals. The over has hit in 7 of their past 10 overall games, and they have scored 40 or more points in each of their 3 road appearances this season. Missouri's profile supports that same direction. The Tigers have seen the over hit in 5 of their last 10, fueled by their ability to generate points at home. They have scored 30 or more in 5 of 6 home games, showing rhythm and efficiency when playing in front of their fans. Turnovers could play a role here, particularly with Missouri starting a freshman quarterback against one of the toughest defenses in the conference. Mistakes in that matchup might set Texas A&M up with short fields and extra scoring chances, helping to lift the total. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.